Alrighty, so here's our X3 XL. We're going to start playing from the bar, and we are not going to play anything down here. We're going to be completely playing on this side, and this is what this whole thing is about here. It's going to be an S3 XL into a partial S4L, just the bottom three, and this is real easy. This is one of the easier patterns to play. So if you want to play an A shape or an A, but I'm going to do it up here so I can see my notes, and we put it all on one fretboard. When you deal with the shapes, C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, D shape, but with these patterns are so long they actually go in fourths. Okay, so it's C shape, then the fourth of that is E shape, then the fourth of that is A shape. So the next door neighbor to this shape is going to be E shape. The fourth of E is A. These patterns are so long they end up going in fourths. So that's what's going on with chart 205. To get all four of them, it goes C, the fourth of C, diminished fourth of C is E in the cage circle, or in what we call the long pattern circle, the fourth of E is A. Look at how long these shapes are now. The fourth of A is D, and the fourth of D is G. So I've got all five cages, C, A, G, E, D, on the same fretboard, and yes, they're just shapes of the same key of C. So we don't have a list like we have in previous, previous charts. We don't have a list of the 5 keys. This is a lot simpler to look at it all on one fretboard, and you can just apply it, move it down to the fret nut to get that key. So up here in the A shape, see, once I learn how to do this pattern, okay, that's in C. We can play that in A now. Just starting the pattern from here, but it's going to be difficult because the pattern goes way over here with the warp, and so we got shape fitting here. This 4 to this 7 is going to be shape fitting, but also because of the warp, it's going to go over too. So it's going to be like this. And we've got the beginning of a S4L. Alright, I think I messed that up. So here's our A. Then we got a shape fit. Then we got a warp up. There's our A, E shape. So that was it. So it goes way up there. In previous lessons I've said that's not good. It's not good for the pattern to go up. I've changed my heart on this. It's good for the pattern to go up. So the pattern on the A shape C, so even when I went to the 5th there, I could still play that same diatonic, which is the home key, the root diatonic. It works really good. Now if I wanted to play that 5th there, if I'm playing it as a 5th, that means it's dominant, right? This finger. Then I know it belongs to its parent root chord. So the 4th above a 5th is the root. The root is the 4th, a 4th above the 5th. The 5th is a 5th above the root. Okay? So on that 5, I could still get away with a pentatonic, right? I could still get away with pentatonic. Why? Because pentatonic doesn't have the 7th quality. Notice we're not going to hit this, we're not going to hit this, okay, we're not going to hit the 7th of that G in this case with the pentatonic. Here's the 7th of the G, here's the E-shaped pentatonic. We skipped right over that 7th. So the pentatonic, you can play the pentatonic on the 4th or the 5th. It doesn't matter. Because when you play a pentatonic, it could be the root, it could be the 4th, or it could be the 5th. But when you play a diatonic, so if we play an E-shaped diatonic on the G, we're putting it in the key of G there. So that would be, what's the E shape? How's the E shape go? Diatonic. I should know this off the top of my head. I really should. This is sad. Hello, this is sad. Let's look at that E shape diatonic there. It'd be in yellow. I think it's hiding from me. Hello. Oh, okay. Wait a second. There it is. We kind of had masked it out, right? That's good, mask's good, but not too long. Then we have to forward the chart to where it was. Not that it's going to save like that. It won't save like that because I usually just X out. When you X out, you don't save your changes. So here's our E box. Here it's going to be played with S1E and an S2L and an S3L. So right here, here's your E diatonic. Then you're playing in the key of G. Alright, so we got into a little side discussion. One thing led to another. Talk about the E. Let's go over to that E shape where we're going to play the E long box. So here's the E long pattern right here. Okay. Now notice we don't have the D right under the E right underneath that. That's my bad there. That is strange. I think that's so we can cover. Oh, we can cover the other patterns. So somewhere along the line here, we should have something that covers the patterns. We got C to C here, but then in fourth we go over to the E shape. So that's my bad. I should have the E. This E should be below here. It isn't. I'm doing the D shape right there. So I'll have to fix this chart later, but we can still teach with it. Let's look at that E long shape here. In this case, the A's do line up, but I guess I forgot to line when I just patted this down underneath. I was like, okay, I got all the shapes. All right, all the numbers line up, and they certainly do line up for the A here, where we were talking about. So let's just look what we've got here now. The E shape, it's going to go, this is going to be our E long pattern. Wow, I've got some work to do on this chart. The E long pattern is going to start with the root X4L. So say we're on the E shaped C here, it's going to go. I could actually do it down here now because I have the fret nut on the C here. Alright. That's the way they're supposed to be played on the fret nut there. So that's our E-shaped pattern there in the long. And notice I wasn't afraid to take it away from the fret nut. We did not use these open strings. But to learn these patterns, once you learn these, you're going to be playing away. There won't be any situation you can't play a diatonic scale, whether you be near the fret nut or not. And this will get you into the next cage. Okay, it's just it's not the D cage right there. The D cage